Welcome to the Word of Mouth Show. I am your host, Montrell. But hey, I got somebody with me this time around. Who are you?
Hey, it's your girl Ice, and I'm back.
I'm glad you're back. She is going to be rocking with me this time around. I know, been gone a little while. My apologies, but I need a break. Still been seeing the movies. But again, Ice is with me, and we're going to be bringing y'all some reviews, some great movies. Ending the summer with Guardians of the Galaxy. Great movie. We'll talk about that later. But let's jump into the new segment, which is called What We Talking About. So if you want to see the review, disclaimer, go straight to the review. That's fine. No judgment. But me and Ice, we're going to let y'all know what we talking about. So Ice, what are we talking about?
Today we are talking about Justin Bieber and Orlando Bloom. Apparently, Justin Bieber and Orlando Bloom got into a little altercation.
Okay.
Supposedly and allegedly, Justin Bieber had pretty much walked up to Orlando Bloom in a restaurant and said, "What's up? B-word." For all those who know, B-word is a word I will not say on here.
Okay.
But it was not Bieber. Anyway, hands were exchanged between Orlando Bloom and Justin Bieber. Now, if you don't know the backstory is that it was alleged that Justin Bieber was being with Orlando Bloom's wife at the time. So, they're his ex-wife. Her name is Miranda.
I want a diamond ring, I want some bracelets and everything. Daddy, you better get the best for me. Hey, Daddy, won't I look swell in sable?
So, somehow this little pot has been stirring. And anyways, it was recently seen that not Justin Bieber, but Orlando Bloom did an attack shot and was in pictures with Selena Gomez.
Wow.
Yeah. And after that, Justin Bieber had also put on Instagram a picture of Orlando Bloom crying. And that's how we're going to end that.
Wow. So what I read was that a lot of stars were actually, because this took place in a restaurant, so I read that you had Leonardo DiCaprio, Lindsay Lohan, Alyssa Milano, a few other stars that actually applauded Orlando Bloom for attacking Justin Bieber.
Yes. Everyone's on Orlando Bloom's team, and, the poor Canadian doesn't have anybody on his side.
Who team you on?
I'm just on the team of, let me see that fight. I just want to see the fight.
So you ain't on nobody's team?
I mean, Orlando had the hands, so
Man,
I'm on Orlando's side. Pirates of the Caribbean.
I just feel bad for Bieber, man. I mean, he's a jerk. He's a kid.
Yeah, he has kid moments, but at the same time, he's on this spiral, and we're not knowing where it's gonna go.
Usher, man, put your hands on Biebs and get him together. We don't want him to end up like one of these child stars. The guy actually got talent. I like his music. I like his dance. You know what I'm saying? I like him, but
you calling on Usher? He's Diddy's problem now. So.
Yeah, I heard.
Ciroc boys. That's what happens when a Ciroc get into you. Don't be Justin.
Man, I can't call it. Well, that's that.
So what you want to talk about today?
This is what I want to talk about. So, I'm kind of sad because here, one of my mentors, somebody I really look up to, ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith, was here in this city. And all y'all who knew and didn't tell me, I'm going to be throwing some hands.
Me too.
Yeah, we're going to be throwing some hands with y'all. But that ain't what we talked about at the time. So, if y'all haven't heard, if you've been under a rock, Stephen A. Smith has been suspended from ESPN. He has a radio show. He also has a television show. He's been suspended for a week-long suspension. This is going to be going on until this upcoming Tuesday. And it stems from some comments he made. If you don't know, basically, NFL star for the Baltimore Ravens, Ray Rice, a couple months back was seen on surveillance camera with dragging his fiance, then now wife, out of an elevator. She was unconscious. After investigation, they said that they got into a physical altercation, and that's basically how she was unconscious. He must hit her with a 1-2 and a biscuit. I don't know. That's what the story is. So then recently, Ray Rice attended practice, and he received a warm ovation from onlookers who was at the practice he was at. And Stephen A. Smith made a comment on it on the First Take show, just saying that, okay, well, it is what it is. It must not be that serious. They're married now, and that women should not provoke men to put their hands on them. And I guess the Whigs took it serious as if he was condoning domestic violence, and he's been suspended. Ice, what do you think about that? You're a woman. What do you think about the comments that he made? Do you agree? Should he be suspended?
I actually disagree with his comments. I understand his take on it, but I disagree with the comments, and because I'm, me personally, of course we all know I am a woman.
Right.
But I don't necessarily put myself in situations to provoke actions. You cannot control the actions of others.
Okay.
So when he said that women shouldn't put themselves in situations to provoke men, I understand, because I'm not going to try to hit someone or try to provoke a reaction from somebody.
Right.
Now, there are women out there who are getting attacked, and they're not doing actions to provoke it. So with his comments, is it saying that's okay? Is that correct? So that was my take on it. And as far as him getting suspended from ESPN, of course I feel like ESPN did the logical and right thing to do, because, like I said, when you're a figure and kids, adults, people are looking at you, you kind of have a responsibility, a social responsibility. So
Right.
with everything that is said, you have to kind of think about it before it is said. Just like with corporations, they have a corporate social responsibility.
Okay.
So they want to make sure they're looking good in their community so people can continue to support them. And so with Stephen A. Smith, I get what you're saying, but then I don't get what you're saying. And of course, that's not a good light on ESPN, because, the feminist groups, we out there.
Yeah, y'all out there.
And us women, we not 40 years back. We are on the rise. So,
Y'all on the rise.
you got to understand when you're taking that shot, and it looks like ESPN is behind that. So that's my take.
Okay, and I respect what you say. And this is just coming from me personally. My interpretation was that he was saying that there are times, and we've seen that with a lot of celebrities with domestic violence, that women are putting their hands on men, or women are saying things, doing things, and most of the time I think he was coming from a physical standpoint. Don't physically do something to a man, and once he responds or retaliates in the same way that you initiated, then, then it's a problem, or now you feel like there should be more penalty. And I feel like in that sense, I agree with him. My mom straight raised me and my younger brother, don't put your hands on a woman. And I agree to that. However, my mom also said, no man, woman, creature put their hands on you and you let it go and you let it ride. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel that if a woman puts their hands on me, all I'm going to say, because I'm a figure and I don't want you to suspend me from this show, is that she will know at the end of the day, don't do that again. Some form or fashion.
I understand. But it hasn't been determined that she technically put her hands on him. Hasn't been determined.
It hasn't. They did say that they got physical.
They
so
got
I don't
physical
know.
now. I'm with you. I'm a woman. I don't put my hand on a man because
Right.
I don't want that man to put his hands on me, because not all men are raised equally.
Right.
So, as a woman, just don't put your hands on people. You know what comes back with that.
Right.
You give what you receive. So if you're giving out hands, you're going to get receiving them hands. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I'm with that.
But I also feel like this. Ray Rice is a person, this is his profession. He takes hits from guys bigger than him. He knows how to tackle, things like that. There are other ways to restrain. And I feel like with him, he could have restrained or handled that situation a little differently And then to add insult to injury, dragging her out of the elevator after you knocked her
Yeah,
out.
that didn't help.
That does not help. At least
Yeah.
pick her up and put you on her shoulders, you know.
Yeah, that didn't help.
You strong, you can put her on them shoulders. But the drag, it just looked like she
Yeah.
was a drunken mess. She passed out and he just dragging her out of there. And that just
Yeah.
is not a good look.
Okay, that was the part that I kind of was like,
And that's your ex, that's like your fiance, now your wife. You
Yeah.
just dragging her out of the elevator. And what's up with these elevators, man?
I don't know. It's-
Jay-Z, Solange,
I
now
don't
Ray
know.
Rice. I
I
wonder
don't
who
know.
else.
Hopefully nobody else.
These elevator problems.
At the end of the day, they're married. So, it must not have been too bad. They must was able to work it out, and that's what it is. So, Stephen A. Smith, should you ever catch wind of this, man, hold your head. ESPN, do the right thing. Don't make an example out of a man just voicing his opinion. This is what you pay him to do. This is what he did, and he's still coming from a neutral point.
Got more of the story. Moral number 1, don't ride them elevators, but take them stairs.
That's the moral of what,
Moral
of what
of
we
the
talking
story.
about.
Moral number 2, there's a situation you don't agree with it, and you're on TV, try to put in the nicest words possible. Those are my morals. And number 3, women, don't put your hands on men.
Now, I'll rock with you
Don't
on
put
that
your hands
one.
on men.
I'll rock with you on that one. But the
They
elevators,
are not raised equally. Not raised equally.
Don't. I'm rocking with you. Don't take shots at my gender.
No, I said they're not raised equally. Women are not raised equally neither.
Okay.
We're all
okay,
not.
Okay.
But
All right.
some men are raised not to put hands on women, some ain't. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is, don't put your hands on me. See? Look,
What you gonna do? Nah,
we're
I'm
going to
just
be
kidding.
back with the review for Guardians of the Galaxy because just cut this camera off on what might or might not happen. We're going to be back with Guardians of the Galaxy review.
We'll be back.